The man I married was praised by everyone as a perfect husband. For 20 years our marriage had been filled with love and devotion. But on our anniversary he sweet-talked me into a divorce. He called it my anniversary gift, said he was doing it to help me become more independent. I stood up and slapped him across the face. Scumbag. Did he really think he could fool me? Bill William and I were college classmates that we spent countless hours discussing philosophy together, and his gentle, considerate nature gradually drew me in. Before long we became a couple. After graduation, we decided to build our future in New York. I secured a job offer from a promising company, but Bill wasn't as lucky. He didn't make the cut. Just a week before I was set to start my new job, I found out I was pregnant. Bill's face lit up with joy. He scooped me into his arms and laughed, saying, "I'm going to be a dad." He wanted me to keep the baby, promising that he'd take care of me for the rest of his life. We applied for a marriage license right away, planning to hold the wedding after the baby was born. On the day we filed the paperwork, he cupped my face in his hands and said, "Mrs. William, from now on I'll be the provider. You're the lady of the house. I'll take care of you and the baby. Once the little one arrives, we'll have our wedding." I shyly nodded, my heart brimming with hope for the future. Because of the pregnancy I gave up my job offer. And as fate would have it, Bill, who had been the company's second-choice candidate, was offered my position as a replacement. Later he complained about the company's slow career progression and switched jobs. For the next 20 years I devoted myself to our family, raising our child and managing the household. I cooked, cleaned, and did my best to be a perfect homemaker. Our wedding ceremony kept getting postponed because of Bill's busy schedule, until eventually it just stopped being a priority. Over time he seemed to forget about it altogether. Yet in public he always spoke of me with pride. My wife is the best partner a man could ask for. Without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. I was lost in my memories when his voice pulled me back. "Anya, are you listening?" I smiled at him and asked playfully, "Darling, I don't quite understand. Did I do something wrong?" He sighed. "Anya, the problem is, for all these years I've been moving forward and you've stayed in place. The more time passes, the bigger the gap between us. We're out of sync, and people who are out of sync can't walk the same path forever." I hadn't worked a single day since college. At first it was because our child was young and needed me. Later Bill's parents moved in due to health issues, and I stayed home to care for them as well. I once told Bill I wanted to get a job, to help ease our financial burden. But he said, "You've been out of the workforce for years, you're out of touch with society. And with my parents' health issues it's better if you stay home. You can take care of them and the kids without exhausting yourself. We're financially stable, Anya. You don't need to work." I had spent years at home, quietly battling a growing sense of inadequacy. Bill was out there conquering the world while I felt increasingly useless. But he never criticized me. He was always kind, always reassuring. And now his words struck me like a hammer to the chest. If he didn't love me anymore, what was I supposed to do? "Bill, I don't want there to be a gap between us. I don't want to lose you." He exhaled as if relieved. "Anya, I've been thinking of a way to help you overcome your fears. Let's separate for a while. I found you a small place nearby and he'll give you $20,000 to start fresh. You need to learn to live on your own, to become independent. That way we'll be on the same level again. Anya, I can't wait to see the new you." He spoke with more and more enthusiasm, as if this was the most brilliant idea he'd ever had. And somehow I found myself agreeing. Tomorrow, I would pack my bags and leave our home. "But Bill, do we really have to do it this way?" I asked hesitantly. Bill's expression remained firm. "Anya, sometimes you won't know your true potential unless you repushed. Think about who you were in college. And this isn't just for you, it's for Olivia too. We need to set an example for her, show her how determined you are to change. Or are you backing out? Do you not want to change anymore?" "No, I do," I answered quickly. "But if I leave, what about you? What about Olivia? And your parents?" "Don't worry, sweetheart. We all support you. We don't want to hold you back. I've arranged everything. Olivia is transferring to a boarding school, and my parents are going back to our hometown for a while. Anya, the sooner you transform, the sooner our family can be whole again." Hearing how much effort he had put in just to ease my worries, to help me become better, guilt swelled in my chest. I finished packing quickly, barely taking anything valuable with me. Bill smiled at me. "Anya, you've got this. You're going to come out of this so much stronger. Tomorrow, I'll take you to your new place. That's when your transformation officially begins. I still have work to handle this afternoon, And there's a business event tonight, I might not be home. Get some rest, okay? Just come home early. And take care of yourself while I'm gone. Of course, he pressed a kiss to my forehead. Before heading home, I stopped by the grocery store, picking up some food and household supplies for him. But when I finally stepped through our front door, the silence swallowed me whole. The house felt empty. I sat on the couch, staring at the space around me. My heart sinking. This is just a challenge before happiness, I told myself. You've wanted to work again for years. Think of this as an opportunity. You can do this. After giving myself a pep talk, I headed into Bill's study and turned on his computer. I figured I might as well check some job listings, see if there was anything I could do. The screen lit up. The computer had been left in sleep mode, likely from Bill's use the night before. Then I saw it. A discussion forum was open on the screen, the title of the thread glaring at me like a slap to the face. My wife is great, but she is useless to me. How do I get a divorce without paying compensation? My heart stopped. The post had been made 6 months ago. The author was anonymous. But the account belonged to Bill. I rubbed my eyes, convinced I was seeing things. This has to be a mistake, I told myself. Bill would never say something like this. He loves me. With trembling hands, I clicked on the thread and started reading. As the words sank in, my blood turned to ice. I know I'm selfish. But I don't think that's a bad thing. My wife and I met in college. She's beautiful and intelligent. Being with her made me look good. But after we graduated, her friends kept saying I wasn't good enough for her, that I was manipulating her. So I told her they were just jealous of her happiness. She believed me. To keep things simple, I moved her to New York, away from her friends. We both applied to a major company. While waiting for the results, I knew I had to tie her down. So I sabotaged the condoms. My biggest competitor for the job was her. And I wasn't going to lose. She got pregnant and I proposed. We had a daughter and she became a stay-at-home mom. When our kid got older, she wanted to go back to work. A housewife thinking she could have a career again? Just because she had a degree? How naive. So I brought my parents to live with us. My mom's temper is unbearable even for me, but my wife tolerated it all. At first she complained. But I told her my parents had sacrificed everything for me. After that, she never brought it up again. Now that the kid is grown, I realize she's useless to me. She's just a burden, dead weight I've been carrying all these years. She has no job, no income, no survival skills. I want a divorce, but all the money is mine and I don't want to give her a dime. She's done nothing wrong, but that's not my problem. I just don't care anymore. Let her fend for herself. My hands shook as I clenched my fists, my nails digging into my palms. Bill had planned everything from the start. The love, the marriage, the child. Even my isolation. It was all a trap. My nails dug into my flesh. But I felt nothing. My heart pounded so violently it felt like it would burst from my chest. Lily had warned me years ago. She said Bill was manipulating me, controlling me. I hadn't believed her. Bill told me Lily was just jealous, that she wanted to ruin my happiness. He told me to stay away from her. And I did. Hot tears streamed down my face as I forced myself to keep reading. The comments were filled with disgust, calling him a selfish bastard, a heartless manipulator. Some people wished him a miserable end, while others expressed pity for me. But Bill, he replied with smug indifference, save your insults. You're all just as rotten inside as I am. Did I break any laws? No. If it's not illegal, it's not wrong. She loves me, that's her problem. If she's too stupid to see how awful I am, that's on her. Hell, even when she was seriously ill, I didn't take the opportunity to get rid of her. That makes me a decent GUI. I am willing to give her 20 grand, that's more than fair. Everyone makes their own choices in life. She chose to degrade herself. Getting pregnant before marriage. My vision blurred completely. And then, another update. Boys, I've got an update for you. Remember when you asked what kind of woman is actually useful to me? Well, I found her. She's the owner of a partner company. Not pretty, older than me, but she brings in business. And with her deals, the position of marketing director is mine for the taking. She doesn't know I'm married. Even if she finds out, so what? As long as we both benefit, who cares? Oh, and our receptionist? Total slut. She knows I'm married and still throws herself at me. Gorgeous face. Killer body. How could I say no? And I've figured out how to dump my wife with 0 losses. God, I'm a genius. Just wait for my next update. The date of that post. The day before our anniversary. Everything he had said over dinner, all his talk about doing this for my growth, about helping me become independent, it was all a lie. A carefully crafted, well-rehearsed lie. Mind spun. For 20 years the only people in my world had been Bill and Olivia. Even my own parents, I only spoke to them on Christmas. I had no friends. No support. Nothing. 20 years of marriage. And I had nothing. Without thinking, I pulled out my phone and snapped pictures of the forum. I made sure to restore the computer to its exact previous state. I couldn't let him know I had seen it. The illusion was shattered. Reality hit me like a freight train. The rose-colored lens through which I had seen Bill for 2 decades shattered into dust. If not for him, my life could have been so different. I turned to the mirror, staring at the woman reflected back at me. How the hell was I supposed to turn this mess into a winning hand? I didn't sleep that night. But Bill? He never came home. Probably out celebrating his victory, basking in the thrill of his scheme unfolding exactly as he planned. Morning. He waltzed through the door, smiling as if nothing had happened. Anya. You waited up for me? Look at those dark circles. He chuckled. My client was a nightmare. We talked so late I ended up crashing at the hotel. I forced a small smile. It's nothing. I was just worried about you. I wanted to call, but I didn't want to interrupt your work. He stepped closer, running a hand through his hair. Anya. I'm still a little buzzed. I don't think I should drive. You don't mind taking a cab to your new place, right? His voice was light, casual, as if he were doing me a favor. I smiled again. A different kind of smile. Of course, darling. No problem at all. How had I never seen how disgusting he truly was? If this had been before, I would have been heartbroken, telling him not to worry, that I'd take a cab myself and let him get some rest. Instead, I looked at him and said, Bill, why do I get the feeling you / relieved that I'm leaving? His face changed for a split second before he forced an awkward smile. Sweetheart, what are you talking about? I'll be right here waiting for you to come home. I caught that momentary flicker in his expression. I smirked. Relax, I was just messing with you. Get some sleep. I'm off. I walked out the door, my body moving on autopilot. Following the address he had given me, I found the apartment. It was old, small, and painfully shabby. I muttered under my breath, Bill, you bastard, you better pray I never get the chance, because if I do, I'll tear you apart. Just then, my phone rang. Baby, did you get there? I did. Just cleaning up a little. I picked a great place for you, didn't I? Close to downtown, quiet neighborhood. Bill, this place is awful. It's run down and the area feels unsafe. Why don't you come here instead and I'll go back home? His voice sharpened. Anya, remember, this isn't about comfort. You're not here to enjoy life, you're here to grow. A good environment will only make you complacent. There it was again. The subtle manipulation. I played along. Alright, Bill. Your stomach acts up when you don't eat. Go get something, okay? I'll finish cleaning up and then head out to look for a job. I hung up and stood there in silence. An unbearable emptiness pressed down on me. I opened my laptop, created a new account, and secretly pulled up Bill's forum post. And there it was, an update. Quick update, boys, I did it. I got that idiot woman out of my house for just $20K. Feels amazing. My fresh start begins now. The comments poured in. Damn dude, respect. Your ex-wife was a total doormat, huh? Oh, wait, does this mean you're done updating us? You're a piece of shit, man. You're going to hell. Honestly. Lots of guys think this way. He's just the one saying it out loud. Disgusting. Utterly selfish. My fingers trembled as I typed a reply. Aren't you afraid your wife will find out? His response was instant. I know my ex-wife too well. By the time she figures it out, I'll be too late. And don't worry, I'll keep updating. You'll all get to watch as I climb my way up the social ladder. To all the haters, just wait. I'll prove you wrong. This city only had one person I knew, Lily. But I was too ashamed to call her. I hesitated, staring at her name in my contacts. Untouched for years. Summoning every ounce of courage, I pressed the call button. Hello? Who's this? I opened my mouth, but no words came out. My throat tightened and tears spilled down my cheeks. Hello? Is someone there? I gasped for air, barely holding back my sobs. Anne? Is that you? And, hearing her call me by my childhood nickname shattered the last bit of my composure. I broke down. It's me, Lily. Where are you? What happened? Tell me your location, I'm coming now. She arrived at my apartment in no time. Lily stepped inside. Looking as polished and confident as ever, a true career woman, successful and independent. I, on the other hand, had become a shell of a person. A lifeless husk shaped by years of isolation and submission. My lips trembled. My eyes burned. Tears streamed down before I could stop them. And, tell me what's going on. Why are you here alone? Where's Bill? And just like that, everything I had held inside came crashing down. A wave of emotions surged through me: grief, anger, humiliation. I was drowning in them. My voice shook as I choked out the words. Lily. I thought you wouldn't come. Bill, he tricked me. He made me leave with nothing. I told her everything, every last detail. I even showed her Bill's forum post. Lily read it in silence, her expression growing colder with every word. That bastard, she spat. Even in college he was always testing your limits. Always seeing how much control he had over you. I wiped my face, my voice thick with guilt. Lily, I was so stupid. He made me believe you were trying to ruin our relationship. He said you were jealous, that you hated seeing me happy. And I believed him. I turned my back on you, she sighed, shaking her head. It's over now, and none of that matters anymore. We grew up together. I was mad at first, but after a few years I just wanted to reach out. I was just afraid you didn't want to see me. I sniffled, trying to hold myself together. She grabbed my hands. That's all in the past. What matters now is, what do you want to do next? I took a deep breath. Wiped away the last of my tears. Then I looked Lily in the eye and said, I'm going to take back everything he owes me. It'll ruin him. A slow, proud smirk spread across Lily's face. There she is, she said. That's the Anya I remember. I created a new account and followed Bill. A notification popped up. He had just posted an update. It was a picture of a brand new car. The caption read, Day 3 since the idiot woman left, and my luck just keeps getting better. A rich lady gifted me a 100K car and even said she wants to marry me. To all those bitches who doubted me, how does it feel to be proven wrong? Oh. And the office slut invited me out tonight. Life couldn't be better. Gonna take my new ride for a spin and enjoy my evening. Lily read the post, her face cold, calculating. What's the plan? She asked. I sniffled. What plan? Anya, are you just going to sit here and watch this bastard celebrate? I clenched my fists. Fine. First, I need to find the woman who gave him that car. She's a victim too. He's using her just like he used me. And if we want to take Bill down, she's our best shot. She's his client. If we turn her against him, we can hit him where it really hurts. But what if she refuses to help? Lily smirked. Leave that to me. Fim right, she's one of our company's partners. I've met her before. Trust me. Even if it's a long shot, it's better than doing nothing. I threw my arms around Lily, tears threatening to spill again. If it weren't for you, I don't know how I'd survive this. When I first found out, the humiliation and helplessness nearly crushed me. She squeezed my hand. You're not alone, Anya. I'm your rock. Whatever happens, I'm with you. Just then, a thought struck me. I grabbed my phone and pulled up the home security camera feed. It was a smart surveillance system we installed when we first moved in. Bill himself had insisted on it for safety. The screen flickered, and there it was, a man and a woman stepping into our home. I squinted. The woman. She had to be the receptionist Bill mentioned in his post. Lily's eyes darkened. That bastard brought his mistress into your house? Save the footage. That's proof of adultery. I'll work against him in court. I wasted no time downloading the video. Then, I picked up my phone and called Bill. It rang for a long time before he finally answered. I could hear it, his labored breathing, the way he was trying to steady it. Bill, what are you doing? Still in a meeting? I asked, my voice soft, almost innocent. I kind of miss you from the surveillance feed. I saw him clamp his hand over the woman's mouth, silently signaling her to keep quiet. Bill? Yes, Anya. I was, just in the shower. He stammered. I had to bite my tongue to keep from laughing. Oh? I said sweetly. I miss you, you know. This is the hardest part, but once I get through it, it'll grow, right? He sighed, falling right into the role. Exactly, sweetheart. This is just temporary. You're doing great. Stay strong for us, okay? I wanted to reach through the phone and slap him. But instead I played along. Of course, Bill. You always know best. The second I hung up, I saved both the video footage and the call recording. First piece of evidence secured. This was enough to file for divorce and claim my rightful share of assets. But that wasn't enough. I wouldn't stop until he was left with nothing. Then Lily delivered good news. She found Charlotte, the woman who had gifted Bill the car. Lily arranged a meeting at a cafe. When Charlotte walked in, she was nothing like Bill had described. She wasn't plain looking, she was elegant. Sophisticated. A woman who exuded confidence and intelligence. The moment Lily mentioned Bill's deception, Charlotte's brows knitted together in skepticism. She didn't fully believe it, but she refused to be played by a man. And she certainly wouldn't invest in a company led by a fraud, so she agreed to meet me. I showed Charlotte everything, Bill's disgusting forum posts. The video footage of him repeatedly meeting with another woman while leading her on. Her expression darkened. Charlotte had spent a considerable amount of money on Bill. She had been so focused on her career that she never prioritized relationships. When Bill came along, gentle, thoughtful, she had allowed herself to believe in the possibility of love. He told me he wanted to build his career before settling down. She muttered. I admired that about him. Her fingers curled into fists. I can believe he was just using me as a free resource. Her voice sharpened. I am not the kind of woman who wrecks other people's marriages. That bastard thought he could fool me? He must have taken me for an idiot. She turned to me, her gaze filled with steely determination. Anya, I'm sorry. In a way, I was part of the damage he caused. But I'm with you now. What do you need me to do? Tears welled in my eyes. Charlotte, before coming here, I was terrified you'd side with Bill. If that had happened, I wouldn't even know how to begin taking him down, she scoffed. Oh please. My policy? Scumbags don't get second chances. If they don't learn the easy way, we teach them the hard way. She smirked. Anya, we'll settle both new and old scores together. Bill's not getting away with this. I hesitated before speaking again, feeling a surge of shame. Charlotte, I wanted to ask you something. Is your company hiring? I can do anything, cleaning, errands, anything. I graduated from Northwestern University, but I haven't worked a day since. Do you think I even have a chance? Charlotte's expression softened. Of course. You'll start from the bottom, but I believe in you. Let's do this. Thank you, Charlotte. Without you and Lily, I wouldn't even know how to keep going. She squeezed my hand. Anya, listen to me, no one else can save you. You have to build your own way out. What you lost, what I wasted, we're taking it all back. And as for Bill, if he thinks he's getting another contract from me, he can keep dreaming. Then a thought crossed my mind. Charlotte, I saw him bragging online about the car you bought him. What are you going to do about that? Her lips curled into a satisfied smirk. Oh, that car? It's under my name. My plan was to transfer ownership if we got married. Bill actually pushed me to do it sooner, but when I hesitated, he backed off, didn't want to seem too eager. She exhaled, shaking her head. Now it's clear he had this plan from the start. Lucky for me, I only spent pocket change on him. Cutting ties won't be a problem. But your case is trickier. Don't worry. Hey Race, what well do, we spent hours crafting a plan. By the time I left the cafe, the sky had turned dark. I wandered the streets. Neon lights flashing around me, blending with the blur of passing cars and people. For the first time in 20 years, I was truly alone. I caught my reflection in a store window. My clothes were outdated, 2 years old at least. My hair was a mess, hastily tied back. I looked out of place, like I didn't belong in this city anymore. I walked into a salon and chopped my hair short. A fresh start. Then I bought a few outfits suitable for work. When I returned to the apartment, the loneliness hit me again. I turned on the security feed and started collecting more evidence. That girl, the receptionist, was still living in my home. She had rearranged my furniture, changed the entire decor. She acted like she owned the place. Watching it filled me with cold resolve that I would take everything back. And I would bring Olivia home. For the next 2 weeks, I threw myself into work and revenge. I gathered evidence, building a case strong enough to destroy Bill. Then on day 15 of our separation, I got a phone call. Hello, is this Olivia's mother? Yes, who is this? I'm Vivian, Olivia's science teacher. Your daughter had an accident. She's in the hospital. Please come immediately. We haven't been able to reach her father. My mind went blank. My hands shook as I called Charlotte. Barely able to form the words, she didn't hesitate. She grabbed her car keys. Get in. We're going now. We raced through the city, my heart pounding with every second that passed. When we reached the hospital, I rushed into the room, and there she was, Olivia. Lying on the hospital bed, her face pale, her lips wide. My baby girl. What happened to my daughter? She was perfectly fine when she left home. How did she end up like this? The teacher, Vivian, gave me a cautious look. I am so sorry. This morning, Olivia jumped from the school's science building. Fortunately, the sunshade below softened the fall, so her injuries aren't too serious. My blood ran cold. Miss Vivian, why would Olivia do something like that? Please try to stay calm. The school and the police are already investigating. We will get to the bottom of this. I narrowed my eyes at her. My voice low and sharp. I expect answers. And soon. Charlotte and Lily wasted no time helping me dig deeper. The truth was devastating. Olivia had been bullied. And during that time she had called Bill begging him to let her come home. But Bill had brushed her off, telling her she needed to be independent and self-reliant. If you can't be independent, you'll end up like your mom, just a housewife. Look at your mom now, she's learning to grow on her own, isn't she? My daughter, manipulated by her own father, had been too afraid to reach out to me, and Bill, that selfish bastard, had abandoned her completely. If only I had realized his deception sooner. If I had pulled her out of that school immediately, would Olivia have been spared from this pain? The thought made my chest tighten, hot tears blurring my vision. Charlotte, well, win, right? She placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder. We will. For Olivia, we will. I spent my days gathering evidence, taking care of my daughter, and fighting legal battles against the parents of the bullies. But Olivia had already changed. My once radiant, laughter-filled angel had become withdrawn. Depression. Watching her shrink into herself, barely speaking, barely smiling, my hatred for Bill deepened with every passing second. Then my phone rang. I glanced at the caller ID. Bill. I forced my emotions into check and answered. Darling, I've been so busy lately, I haven't even asked how you've been. Do you miss me? I stared at the black screen of the security feed. He must have disabled the cameras. He was testing me. Bill, you won't believe it, I got a job. My boss and coworkers are amazing. Work isn't nearly as hard as you always made it sound. Did you see the messages I sent you? Has Olivia reached out to you? Of course I saw them. Olivia's doing great. Just the other day she told me how much she's improved in school. She even asked if we could take her to an amusement park during the holidays. Lies. Every word a calculated deception, but I played along. That's wonderful. She must really miss us. Oh, by the way, he continued casually, I left an important document at home, but I can't remember where. Didn't we have security cameras? Can you check for me? I smiled to myself. Bill, the security cameras have been broken for a while now. Remember? You even said you'd get them fixed, but you never did. Oh, right. That slipped my mind. There was a short pause before he asked again, what about my gray t-shirt? The one with the plaid pattern, do you know where it is? The gray one with the checkered design? It should be in the master bedroom, bottom drawer of the wardrobe. Did you find it? A beat of silence. Then his voice softened. Baby, the more I talk to you, the more I realize how much I miss you. It was so good having you around. I almost laughed. If you miss me so much, should I just come home now? No. He rushed to reply. It's only been a few days, you have to stick with it. I believe in you. I can hold on no matter how much I miss you. I love you. Sweetheart. Lies. His so-called longing was nothing more than a desperate attempt to make sure I hadn't discovered his affair. This bastard thought he was untouchable. Let him keep thinking that, because soon I was going to burn his entire world to the ground. Day 30 of separation. Olivia was improving under my care. She laughed more, spoke more, and slowly, the light was returning to her eyes. At work, I was making steady progress. Charlotte even mentioned that after 6 months, she'd consider promoting me to the administrative department. And Bill? He was still stringing Charlotte along while indulging in his little affairs. On the forum, he continued bragging about how his rich fool of a female boss was falling deeper for him, while at the same time he flaunted his wild nights with younger women. Then one morning Bill called. Anya, I've been thinking maybe we should file for divorce now. He sounded so self-assured, so magnanimous. As if this was yet another favor he was doing for me. I just feel like you still haven't fully become independent. A tougher environment will help you grow. I pretended to sound hurt before reluctantly agreeing. Of course. This was exactly what I wanted. We scheduled a court appointment for the next day. Before hanging up, Bill made sure to confirm the time again and again, as if I might forget. All right, I said softly. I won't forget. He chuckled. This past month has been a good transition for you. From now on you'll have to rely entirely on yourself. Best of luck. Sweetheart. Then his voice sounded closer. He was nearby. I glanced at Charlotte, who gave me a knowing smirk. She had lured Bill to the company. Bill's voice rang out again, this time in person. I am actually your boss. I spun around, feigning surprise. Bill? What are you doing here? How do you know I work here? His eyes flickered. He hadn't expected me to be here. Then Charlotte appeared. She strode right up to Bill, her expression unreadable. I smiled. gesturing between them. Oh, Bill, let me introduce you. This is my boss, Charlotte Swan. Miss Swan, this is my husband. Bill, silence. Then Charlotte's eyes darkened. Bill, care to explain? She demanded. That I watched as Bill's mind raced, scrambling for a solution. Then his face lit up with inspiration. In a bold move, he grabbed Charlotte's hand and quickly led her toward the general manager's office. Darling? I called after him sweetly. But I didn't follow. Instead, I walked to the hallway where the office surveillance feed was displayed. Charlotte had already planted a camera in her office. I watched the screen as Bill's pathetic performance began. Inside the office. Bill. What the hell is going on? Charlotte's voice was sharp. You're married? You lied to me. She slapped him. Hard. Bill staggered, eyes wide with shock. Baby, let me explain. He grabbed her wrist, voice thick with desperation. Anya and I are getting divorced tomorrow. It's true. I know I should have told you sooner, but I was scared of losing you. I love you, Charlotte. Everything I've done, I did for you. Charlotte yanked her hand away. Do I look like an idiot to you? You made me a homewrecker without my knowledge. Was I just a pawn to secure business deals? Or was it all for money? Bill gasped, playing the victim. Charlotte, that hurts. From the moment I saw you, I fell in love. I didn't even know you were rich back then. You have to believe me. Charlotte's gaze remained cold. Enough. I don't believe a word you say. Bill took a deep breath, eyes flicking toward the floor as if contemplating his next move. Then I was planning to propose to you the moment I got the divorce papers. Charlotte's eyes narrowed. Oh, really? Of course. It was supposed to be a surprise, but now the moment is ruined. Bill sighed dramatically. But that's okay. Charlotte. I swear on everything I love you. If you need proof, how about this? He took a step closer, lowering his voice. Let's wait to sign the contract until we're married. That way you'll know my love is real. I'll even give you shares in my company as a token of my sincerity. I smirked at the screen. Bill had no company shares to give. He was barely anything more than a glorified salesman. This scam was the only thing keeping him afloat. Charlotte crossed her arms, pretending to consider his words. Fine. I'll wait to sign the contract until after we're married. But Bill. Her voice grew colder. What about Anya? Bill snorted. Ignore her. She's bitter and vengeful. She only took this job to ruin us, Charlotte. She found out I hid my marriage and has been scheming ever since. She's even saying we're faking the divorce. Charlotte arched an eyebrow. And what if she's right? What if you and your wife are working together to scam me? That's ridiculous. Bill forced a laugh. I'll prove it to you. Just trust me. The conversation ended. Bill stepped out of the office, looking smug. I returned to my desk. Glancing up as Bill approached, he lowered his voice. Leaning close. Check your phone. I picked it up, pretending to act normal as his message popped up. Darling, Charlotte means nothing to me. You know I need her to sign that contract. You're my only love. Just hold on a little longer. Once I get promoted to VP, I'll make it up to you. I typed back quickly. Of course, Bill. I understand. Love you. I hit send. Then I smiled. Because soon Bill wouldn't have a single thing left to his name. When I got home, I pulled out the last remaining photos of Bill and me. One by one. I tossed them into the flames. I watched as the fire consumed our past, every fake smile, every empty promise, every goddamn lie. 10 years of deception were finally turning to ash. I powered off my phone and stepped out of my apartment. Lily was there, waiting. She didn't speak, she just walked beside me, watching as time slowly passed, as if she knew I needed the silence. Tomorrow. This nightmare would end. By 5 p.m. I turned my phone back on. 400 missed calls. 125 messages from Bill. I scrolled through them. From, darling, where are you? To Anya. What the hell are you doing? Not once did he ask me if I was okay. Lily, a few of our other friends, and I headed back to my apartment. Sure enough, Bill was waiting. His eyes were bloodshot, his face twisted with frustration. Anya, we were supposed to file for divorce today. I called you 100 times, why didn't you answer? I met his anger with calm disgust. Bill, after everything you've done, you still dare to raise your voice at me. His face contorted. Anya, what the hell are you talking about? Lily, was this your idea? Why are you always lurking around, messing things up? I let out a cold laugh. Bill, I didn't go to court on purpose. His brow furrowed. What? What do you mean? You already agreed. I took out my phone and read his forum post from the night before. Boys, tomorrow I'll finally be free. I'll marry my rich goddess and step into a life of luxury. Left arm around a wealthy queen, right arm around my sexy mistress. It's the life of a king, his face drained of color. Anya, you saw that? How? I ignored his question. It doesn't matter now, does it? And just like that, his mask slipped. His false concern, his rehearsed affection, gone. The real Bill finally showed himself. If I were you, I'd have killed myself by now, he sneered. You're not bad, Anya, but you're useless. To me, you were nothing more than a high-quality breeding machine. Look at yourself. Do you really think I ever wanted to call you my wife? After you gave birth and let yourself go, ugh. That disgusting fat on your body? I couldn't even look at you. You should be grateful I kept you around this long. Just do us all a favor and disappear. I had read these words before on his forum posts. But hearing them aloud, hearing him say them to my face, it broke something inside me. Bill, my voice was shaking with rage. I gave up everything for you. I spent 10 years treating you like a king only for you to throw me away like trash. He scoffed. Oh, don't be so dramatic. You did it to yourself. Crack. My palm met his face. Bill stumbled back, his hand twitched. He wanted to hit me back. Before he could even try, Josh, a close friend of Lily's, stepped in and kicked him square in the chest. Bill staggered, barely catching himself. Hearing you talk makes me want to break your teeth, Josh spat. Anya, kick him while he's down. The bastard deserves it. I glared at Bill. Listen carefully, you will give me my fair share in this divorce. Every penny I'm owed I'm taking. And if you want to marry your rich goddess without delays, you'd better not waste my time. Bill laughed mockingly. You think you can beat me, Anya? You've always been stupid. I smirked. Want to bet? I have more evidence than you can even imagine. His eyes twitched. He raised his hand like he was going to lunge at me, but Josh cracked his knuckles and Bill backed down, humiliated, defeated. Bill turned and stormed off. I let out a slow breath and slumped onto the steps outside my apartment. Lily immediately wrapped me in a hug. Josh crossed his arms. He'll be here again tomorrow. If he tries anything, he'll break his nose. I managed a small smile. Thank you, guys. Don't worry, he'll be fine. Just then my phone rang. It was Charlotte. Anya, her voice was smooth, satisfied. I gave him the final ultimatum. The rest is up to you. I gripped the phone tightly. Good. Let's end this. By day 3, Bill finally gave in. He agreed to split our marital assets evenly. By day 4, I had full custody of Olivia, and Bill was legally obligated to pay child support until she turned 18. I looked at him one last time. Bill, money you scam from others never stays in your hands for long. He forced a smirk. Anya, I'm doing you a favor. Good luck with your next husband. I didn't even spare him a second glance. I turned and walked away. My freedom finally secured. Charlotte cut ties with Bill the moment my settlement was finalized. His contract fell through and the money and gifts she had given him? She sued him to get it all back. But that wasn't the end. I sent his company / email a beautiful package, his scandalous photos with his mistress, his online forum confessions, and proof that he had embezzled company funds. Overnight, Bill became a joke in his entire industry. And just as expected, he was fired. I threw myself into work, balancing motherhood and my new career. Olivia fully recovered from her depression, and I transferred her back to her old school. The first day she walked into class, smiling again, I knew we had finally won at work. I excelled. Charlotte noticed and encouraged me to move into the sales department. You'd earn more. Think about it, she said. I hesitated. Me? In sales? I've never done it before. And at my age, Anya, she cut me off. When are you going to start believing in yourself? You can do this. Trust me. I took a deep breath. All right, Charlotte. I won't let you down. I didn't. Within a year, I became the top salesperson. Within 2 years, I was promoted to head of sales. And just when I thought life couldn't be more satisfying, I heard about Bill. After losing his job, no company would hire him. So he tried starting his own business. A few months later, my phone rang. I assumed it was a client. But when I answered, Anya, darling, Bill, I hung up immediately. The phone rang again. Anya, please. I was wrong. I've changed. I was selfish before. I see that now. I let my pride blind me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I sighed. Fine. I forgive you. Now stop calling me. Wait. Please don't hang up. I just want to hear your voice a little longer. My patience ran out. What do you want, Bill? He hesitated. Then my company is in a bit of financial trouble. Could you lend me some money? I almost laughed. Bill, you were always shameless, but this? This is a whole new level. He began to beg. Anya, please. If you don't help me, I'm going to lose everything. I smirked. Oh, Bill, that's wonderful news. Silence. What about your loving rich girlfriend? Oh, wait, let me guess. The moment you went broke, she ran. I didn't wait for an answer. If you call me again, I'll report you for harassment. I hung up. Bill never called again. Later, I heard from an old acquaintance Bill's company failed. His girlfriend took all his remaining money and vanished. In desperation, he sold his parents' house to pay off debts. And then, he disappeared. I thrived at Charlotte's company. One day, a headhunter reached out. Anya, there's an incredible opportunity. Would you consider joining a different firm? I wasn't interested. Until I heard the name. It was the company I had once turned down after college. I declined at first. The recruiter urged me to think it over. Somehow Charlotte found out. Anya, I told her I owe everything to you. I couldn't possibly leave. She smiled. You're wrong. You don't owe me a thing. She gripped my hand firmly. I've already spoken to HR. This will be your last month here. You start your new job next month. My stomach dropped. Charlotte, why? What did I do wrong? She laughed, shaking her head. You didn't do anything wrong. Anya. But you deserve better. My eyes burned. From the moment I met you, I decided to help you, not because I wanted anything in return, but because women should support each other. She squeezed my hand. I am not just your boss, Anya. I'm your family. And family doesn't hold each other back. We lift each other up. I broke down in her arms. I had lost a husband. But I had gained a sister. 3 years later. You two traitors. I pouted into the video call. Lily and Charlotte were on a tropical island, sipping cocktails. Anya, don't be mad. Lily giggled. Charlotte and I made a last-minute decision. Don't worry, we'll bring back souvenirs, Charlotte teased. Besides, someone has to stay home and take care of my goddaughter. I rolled my eyes. Fine. Enjoy yourselves. But next time I'm coming with you. Of course, they both chimed in. Click. The call ended. I leaned back, feeling the warm afternoon sun on my skin. I was independent. Successful. Loved. And most importantly, I had finally learned to love myself. Mom, look. Olivia pointed toward the sidewalk. A homeless man was rummaging through a trash bin. He looks so sad. She whispered. It's freezing, he must be starving. I followed her gaze. Then I froze. The man's eyes met mine. And in that instant I knew that he knew too. His face went pale. Then like a startled rat he bolted. He knocked over the trash bin in his rush to flee, bottles and waste spilling onto the ground. Damn it. A nearby restaurant owner cursed. That bum made a mess again. I watched his disappearing figure, but I didn't chase after him. Because he no longer mattered. I turned to Olivia and smiled. Don't worry about him. Sweetheart. Some people are exactly where they deserve to be. And as I took her hand, I knew my future was bright. And Bill, he was nothing but a shadow in my past.